You've probably heard it your entire life: gold reigns supreme in the precious metals world, and silver is just the less impressive younger sibling. But here's a question worth millions: what if everything you've been told about these two metals is based on outdated thinking? What if the real story reveals something Wall Street doesn't want you to figure out? Let's rewind about 5,000 years. When King Menes unified ancient Egypt around 3200 BCE, he did something interesting. He set the official gold to silver ratio at 2.5 to 1. Think about that for a second. Silver was worth 40% of what gold commanded. These weren't people guessing. The Egyptians engineered pyramids that still baffle modern architects. They understood value. Jump ahead to 46 BCE when Julius Caesar standardized Rome's currency. His gold to silver ratio? 11.5 to 1. Throughout most of ancient history, you needed somewhere between 6 and 12 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. These ratios held remarkably steady across civilizations. Fast forward to today. The ratio just hit around 50 to 1. Yeah, you heard that right. A metal that ancient civilizations valued at 40% of gold's worth now trades at roughly 2%. So, either our ancestors completely misunderstood metallurgy, or something fundamental has changed that most people haven't noticed yet. Here's the plot twist: silver didn't become less valuable. It became indispensable in ways the pharaohs never imagined. While gold sits comfortably in vaults playing the role of store of value, silver is out there doing actual work. And I'm not talking about small-time applications. Silver possesses the highest electrical conductivity of all elements, not second place, not pretty close the absolute highest. It also claims the crown for thermal conductivity among all metals. These aren't minor advantages. These properties make silver irreplaceable in the technology running our modern world. Your smartphone, your laptop, your car, silver is hiding in the circuit boards, enabling high-frequency operations. Every solar panel requires roughly 20 grams of silver because nothing else converts sunlight to electricity as efficiently. Electric vehicles use 2 to 3 times more silver than conventional cars. The 5G infrastructure being deployed globally? It needs silver for electromagnetic shielding. We're talking water purification systems, advanced medical equipment, 3D printing of electronic circuits, all dependent on silver's unique properties. Now, before the gold enthusiasts start typing angry comments, let's be fair. Gold absolutely has its place. It excels where corrosion resistance matters most: aerospace connectors, satellite components, high-precision electronics that must function flawlessly for decades. But here's the thing: gold gets chosen for these applications because it doesn't degrade, not because it outperforms silver electrically or thermally. In fact, silver conducts electricity approximately 40% better than gold. If corrosion weren't an issue, silver would be the superior choice in virtually every electronic application. Now let's talk about supply and demand, because this is where things get really interesting, and by interesting, I mean potential market disruption interesting. Silver just logged its 5th consecutive year of supply deficits. In 2024, total demand hit 1.16 billion ounces while mine production delivered only about 820 million ounces. That's a shortfall exceeding 148 million ounces in a single year. The cumulative deficit since 2021? Over 678 million ounces. Some estimates for 2025 push the annual deficit closer to 200 to 300 million ounces. Think about what that actually means. For 5 straight years, humanity has consumed more silver than it has mined. We've been drawing down above-ground inventories to fill the gap. Shanghai silver vaults hit their lowest levels in 21 months, losing 86% of inventory in just 90 days. COMEX shed millions of ounces in recent months. London vaults are seeing notable drawdowns. And here's the crucial difference between silver and gold: roughly half to 59% of silver's annual supply gets consumed by industry and permanently removed from circulation. When silver goes into a solar panel or gets embedded in an electronic device, it's effectively gone. Recovering it costs $20 to $45 per solar panel versus $1 to $5 to just dump it in a landfill. Gold, by contrast, is almost never consumed. Approximately 90% of all recycled gold comes from jewelry that can be melted down and reused. Nearly all gold ever mined still exists in some recoverable form. Oh, and China? They imposed tighter export restrictions on silver starting January 1, 2026. Only 44 approved companies can export silver now, with strict licensing requirements. This is a country that understands silver's strategic importance for their massive electronics and solar manufacturing sectors. They're securing supply while everyone else is still obsessing over gold's historical prestige. The solar energy sector alone is projected to add over 4,000 gigawatts of new capacity by 2030 according to the International Energy Agency. Electric vehicles, data centers, artificial intelligence infrastructure, advanced weapons systems, all require exponentially more silver. Meanwhile, mine production faces declining ore grades, environmental regulations, and geopolitical risks that severely limit expansion. Analysts have been raising their forecasts. Bank of America now predicts silver could reach $135 to $309 in the near future. UBS says silver could reach triple-digit levels, above $100, in 2026. Some analysts see paths to $75, even $90. And in 2025 alone? Silver surged 144%, briefly touching levels above $80, the strongest annual performance since 1979. So, let's revisit that original question: is gold really superior to silver, or have we been operating on outdated assumptions? Gold is an excellent store of value and portfolio hedge, nobody's disputing that. But silver is simultaneously a monetary metal and an indispensable industrial commodity with supply constraints that tighten every year. The ancient Egyptians valued silver at 40% of gold's worth when both metals were primarily decorative and monetary. Today, silver powers technologies meanies couldn't have dreamed of, yet trades at 2% of gold's price. That's not a reflection of decreased value. That's a massive market distortion driven by perception, tradition, and perhaps a fundamental misunderstanding of what makes a metal precious in the 21st century. Here's what's happening right now. In 2026, supply deficits are accelerating. China is restricting exports. Inventories are collapsing at rates not seen in decades. The solar industry will consume more silver in the next 5 years than in solar power's entire history. And the financial world is waking up to a reality they've ignored: silver isn't just undervalued, it's potentially the most strategically critical metal of this decade. You're watching this unfold right now. This isn't speculation about some distant future. This is January 2026. The question isn't whether something significant will happen, the question is whether you'll recognize it when it does. If you found this valuable and want to stay ahead of what's unfolding in precious metals markets, do me a favor, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next update as this story continues to develop. Because what you don't know about silver could be worth far more than what you think you know about gold. Come back to see us again soon.